Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I have another haul to share. So, if you, I think if you subscribe or ring the notification bell for my channel, you're more likely to see what I post to my community page on here on YouTube, which is generally sales. And I did share when Happy Planner had their well, I don't know the name of the promotion, but it was 30% off site wide. So not only is that a really nice discount, but it also included their sale or clearance section. So the clearance section is pretty much my wheelhouse for everywhere I shop. But for Happy Planner, um it's exclusively where I shop on their site because I like to make my own planners. And so their planners, while really super lovely, I often just like to make my own now that I have the various tools and supplies to do that. But I still shop their clearance section because you can pick up really good deals on things that I feel like I can repurpose. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about like how I think about things when I shop their site. So first off, they have set of 9. This is the medium disc that is 1.25 inches, I think, in diameter. And I definitely needed to stock up on discs because I've said it a couple times now, and I really hope I follow through this year, but I want to make December planners. And so I definitely needed to pick up some more discs, but also I've been using the disc bound system for a lot of things now, especially now that I have my mini disc cinch. And one of them is to create swatch books, and you can see my swatch book is almost at capacity. So I think this is 3/4 of an inch. So it'll be nice to upgrade that, especially since I have 2 of them, and they are swatching different things, but I don't think I can hope to really get these all in one. But maybe with this I can. So I picked up quite a few of these, and actually, for everything I'm about to show, I actually picked them up in multiples, but I'm only gonna show one. And oftentimes when I'm looking at disc-bound journals or planners, sometimes they are so deeply discounted that it's worth it to buy the entire planner, even if all you want is the discs. And that wasn't necessarily the case this time around. They didn't have a lot. Generally, it's the outdated planners that get that deeply discounted to where you can't even buy a pack of discs for how cheaply they've dropped the price down to. And it's worth it for the discs alone if you use nothing else in the planner. That, like I said, wasn't the case this time around, but I did find a couple of notebooks that there's lots of lovely packaging. I just took it out so that I can show what's inside. These are, and this one has an extra little sticker, I think. These are really great because there's nothing that is dated or expired or anything like that. It's not specific to a purpose. Like it's not like a daily prompt for a journal, or this is supposed to be foodie themed, and so it has a slightly different format, although I don't think it's really specific to like a recipe card or anything. It's just that on the front you have this 2-column kind of layout with larger blocks here, which there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7. So you could maybe make these represent, each day of the week if you wanted, and then just have some notes here. And then the back is just lined. So still pretty general. I only got the one of this style because I don't know that I have a ton in my craft room that matches this color. So I didn't want to bank too heavily on getting too many of these. With the dividers, what I really love is Because likely what I'm going to do is I probably won't use the cover, as nice as it is. It's nice and laminated and it's strong. But I probably won't use it because I'd rather use my own pattern papers and retheme, the notebook for whatever purpose or for whomever I'm giving it to. And same with these divider tabs. But what's in here is just nice pattern paper that I can use in my card making. Or my mini albums, whatever. And so, I'll definitely look to reuse those. So that's this style. And speaking of things that you can kind of harvest and reuse, part of the packaging for these includes this really nice thick acetate. This is the good stuff. This is like the construction weight acetate that I like to use for my pop-up stands. So, I'm going to keep this and cut off some bits of it that aren't usable, but otherwise going to save that to use for my card making. And then similarly, all of the pages have a little belly band to keep it from kind of bending and stuff. And this is the soft plastic stuff that's good for slider cards. So if you're looking for more things to kind of harvest and reuse out of these notebooks, those are two that I think are really great too. This notebook, I picked up quite a few of them because I think a lot of it's very usable. Again, it's another blank notebook, 60 pages, lined. It's blue paper, but I think blue's my favorite color, so I'm a little bit partial to it, but I think it's pretty easy to use because you can theme it towards winter, and I did pick up a couple of Echo Park paper pads in that blue winter theme, which I think is going to be really a good match with these papers. But they're lined. This could easily be themed summer as well, and I think it can be used for anyone really. And so very general purpose, I'll be able to use all of these papers in different projects. And then the dividers, again, really general. This even has a sentiment on here, but if I didn't want to use the sentiment, I could always use the back as, again, pattern paper, which I think is great. And then, this is really pretty too, that pattern. So yeah, lots of reusability with these, and I kind of like the powder blue discs as well. Might be a little bit harder to kind of use it. It's not as sort of general as maybe a black or a gold, but being that blue is my favorite color, I do have a lot of blue things in terms of craft supplies, so I'm sure I'll be able to use that. Okay, then I picked up, so these next few things are not full disc planners. They're more like add-ons, I guess, that you can purchase to kind of insert into your planner. So they don't come with discs, they're just inserts. And this is a set of, I think, 40, I don't know how many pages. It's a set of quite a few pages, so 40 sheets of recipe sheets. And they kind of have different coloring here. So pink, green, there's a orange and blue. And I thought this would be great for making like a recipe book or journal or something like that for folks I know who are big into cooking. And so I thought that would be a fun little project, a little gift idea. So I picked up a couple of these, not a lot, but a couple. Then I mentioned December planner and some aspirations to make some this year. So the idea being to create these, especially for folks who I give advent calendars to, because I like to give them a couple of things that they can open like on or before December 1st. And with the advent calendar, you definitely want to open it early. And then I also like to give maybe like a small set of Christmas cards that they can also give out in that month. That way they don't have to hold on to something for an entire year before it becomes useful. And so things like that. And I thought a December planner would really be nice to gift. And what I'm planning to do is I was planning to kind of design, different kind of pages and whatnot and print them out. But then I saw this and I thought, oh, this is gonna be great because it's a nice jump start to a December planner, because that's exactly what it is meant for, so that you can just insert this into your current daily planner or whatever planner you might be using, and use it for your Christmas kind of planning. So we've got a menu section here. And there's holiday menu planning. So you get a few sheets of those. You get a few sheets of holiday recipes. And I sort of feel like this is a generous number of pages in some cases. And I almost wonder if I can even stretch this even further and, maybe cut this in half and then make another one besides. Or save some of these sheets for next year, especially with the recipes. I don't know. We'll see. And so, but it's nice that it's already there and I don't have to format designing anything and print it off. So that's gonna save me some time. Then you have a party section here, and this is definitely one section where I feel like I can probably split this in half, because there's enough sheets here to plan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parties. Does anyone have 6 parties in a single year? Does anyone host that many holiday parties in a given year? So I feel like that's a lot. I feel like 2 might be enough. Because you've got here things like decorations, activities, guests, menu. So I feel like it's meant to be for if you are hosting a party, and then you have a blank sheet here. So I don't know. I feel like I could get away with maybe just 2 of these sheets, or even 3 per holiday planner, and that would be sufficient, I feel like. So there's that. And then, to beef up this section a little bit, I might want to include some, plain lined pages. They have a little bit of that, but maybe a checklist also I think would have been nice. So maybe that's something that I add to this, and have a little to-do checklist, so that you make sure you get everything done for the party, both before and afterwards, if you wanted to send thank yous and whatnot. Then there's a section for cards. I think they've sort of designed this so that you would write out the person and the address. I don't know who would really write out the address, because most of us probably already have our own system for an address book. Personally, if I got this, I would just write people's names. But again, kind of a generous number of sheets there. Possibly a potential for stretching. I did get 5 of these because I plan on making 5 holiday planners, or December planners, and but if I can harvest a little bit from each one and get a 6th or 7th out of it, that might be something interesting. Then there's a gift section, which has gift lists, which I think is nicely formatted. There's for whom, what you want to get them, where you need to go buy it, and then check boxes for if it's purchased and if you've wrapped it. So the page here is a little bit bent, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Again, few pages, 3 there. Then you have stocking stuffer ideas. Another 3 pages there. Seems like a lot. But maybe if you have a big family, it's not a lot. So I'll have to consult with my husband and see, for the folks on his side of the family that I want to make December planners for, how much of this is useful to them, and, do I need to pare anything down? Then we have a memories section, which is kind of neat. I think it's meant a little bit of journaling. So you just have some lined pages, favorite memories, and on the back, some areas for photos, I guess. They're kind of small. I don't know. This isn't my favorite section, but I think it's nice to have. Then there's holiday traditions, a few pages of that, which I don't know how practical or useful that is. But maybe, because I feel like if it's a tradition, they don't they don't need to necessarily write it down or wouldn't want to. I don't know. Because I feel like planners are not memory keeping things. I feel like once December has passed, this is just gonna go in the bin. So like the memory keeping section, I'm not sure how useful that is. Notes. So this is a really nice generic lined paper, which is kind of nice, and so that's kind of cool to have some sheets there. Then there's a cookie exchange section, which is a fun little activity that they've sort of given you as, if you are hosting a party, maybe you want to do something fun that's not like, Secret Santa. So I think it's meant to be kind of a fun little game that that people can that you can share with your guests and have everybody participate in. And there's a lot of pages for cookie recipes. And what's interesting is here you do have a little sort of checklist. So baking ingredients, party supplies, so things that you need to get or do for your cookie exchange activity. And then there's 2 sheets of stickers, and this is kind of cool. This one sheet, they're I think they're kind of like vellum stickers. Those are pretty. Those are really nice. So I may, I may cut around these a little bit and give some out as half sets. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just use these in other projects. I'm not sure. And so that's one thing. So I did get 5 of these, so that for each of the December planners I plan on making, I think this is kind of maybe 60% of what I think would be useful to have. The other thing that I think I'll have to design and add is I want to do a calendar for sure, so that you can actually, mark on a calendar what all events, what all obligations, other people's parties you're going to, things that you're hosting, maybe your kids' activities and all of that. So I definitely want to do that, and I'm going to do it for this year and as well for next year, and that gives people the option of maybe I want to keep this and use for myself, or maybe I want to give this to somebody else as a present. I'm always okay with people regifting things that I give them. And so maybe instead of using it themselves in the year that I give it to them, they want to give it out as a Christmas present for people to use for the next year. So I want to include 2 calendar spreads, and that way they have that option. And so I want to do the calendar spread. I want to do maybe some weekly planner spreads, not like a daily planner, but more a 2-page maybe weekly spread I think might be useful. So a little bit of your standard planner stuff. So I'll just design that and just print those out. And then there may be other things that I think of that might be nice additions to a December planner that I can use to kind of beef this up a little. I mean, it's quite a lot already, I feel like. But I did get a ton of these rings. And so I can really fit a lot more, maybe double what's here. And so there's that. But I picked up a lot of these because this is 9 holes, these pages, and each of these sets that I picked up are 9 discs. So I'm all set on discs for that. Then I picked up a couple of these. I didn't pick up 5 because when I was looking through this, I thought, oh, there's a generous number of stuff here that I think I can stretch and split between the 5. So I only picked up 2. It's probably also price had something to do with it too. I'm guessing this is one of the more spendier items across everything that I bought here. I think these last two were the top two in terms of price. This came with a little, this is kind of cute. This is a little zipper pouch here. That might be a nice, I mean, there's nothing to put it into your planner. It just might be a nice little extra, fun little gift that I can give to my nieces maybe. But the idea behind this is, again, lots of additional add-ons that you can augment your planner with. And so I thought these would be kind of cute. So this is, sort of acetate or, yeah. And they're all envelopes, just different size envelopes, but they're great for maybe receipts. So I thought each planner doesn't need 3 of them, you know. So I thought, oh, this will be good. I'll just split these 3 and 1 for each planner, and I did get 2 of these, so I'll have 6 envelopes. So that's why I was thinking if across the 5 packs of this set, if I can stretch it, pull some out and stretch it to get a 6th planner, and then I can go with that plan of having one of these envelopes for each. So there's that, which I thought would be a useful thing to include. And then, and again, this is just stuff to use to kind of stretch or beef up what's already here. So this is an additional gift list, formatted the same as what came here. And so this has a lot of pages. So if I need to make, you know, a 6th or a 7th or an 8th or save it for next year, I've got that. And then there's also this dotty grid paper, which is kind of nice, you know. Nice additional kind of filler if I need to add a few extra pages to any of the other planners. I can do that. And then the other pocket has a few other things. So there's 2 more sheets of stickers. And this one, no, this one's matte, but not vellum. So a couple of sheets of stickers, which I may or may not include. Maybe I'll use it in my own projects. But then there's also this, which is kind of cool. So a nice pocket, double pocket. So if there's, and for the other thing that I was thinking is, having seen, you know, some of the things that are included in this, like I can make more of these. Now that I see this, I can make my own out of the whatever pattern papers I'm choosing for these December daily or December planners, and so I can just create more, even if I don't have enough for the 5 that I'm planning on making. So because this only has the 1, but I think this is going to be super convenient, super useful to include in all of them. So I'll just take this as a template and then make more. And then this has some additional, these are kind of thick, but they're not tabbed, so I don't know if they're designed to be dividers, but there's a dotty grid on them. So there's that. This one's kind of neat. It's like a little dashboard. It's got the tab at the top, but it's got a slick surface, so it's, I think in the description they call it like a whiteboard because you can do like write on it with dry erase, and then because it's got a to do today. So the idea being you would maybe use this to track your to-do list on a daily basis, and when you're done, just use a wet cloth to wipe that all off and make your new list for the following day. So yeah, I thought this was kind of cool just to see, you know, some different get some different filler pages, and especially these I thought were worth it alone, just to have these nice acetate that's colorful and, you know, useful for if you want to keep receipts or anything like that, or if you're like budget planning for the holidays. You could put, you know, just in cash, you know, what you want to use for whatever budget you've got, and you know, a lot of people budget plan that way too. So so that's what I picked up for my December planners. Hopefully that's going to really kickstart things, and because it felt a little bit overwhelming, to be honest, to the idea of having to like design all of the things that would go inside of a December planner for it to be really functional and usable. But having this, it gets me probably, I would say, 60% there, and then maybe there's another 20% of content, and then the last sort of 20% of design. So, maybe I don't use their dividers because I want to use my pattern papers instead, things like that. So that's my plan there, and I really like having these sets as a starting point. So that's my haul from the Happy Planner, and again, I really do love shopping their clearance section, especially if you do a lot of disc planning and you want to pick up discs at a great price. Especially, again, my big tip is look for things like expired, outdated planners, because they're basically of no use, the contents, after that date, and so often that gets deeply discounted to where buying the entire planner is actually cheaper than buying a set of discs. So so even if you don't use if none of the pages inside the actual planner are useful to you, the discs alone make it worth the money to buy it. So thank you for joining me, and when I have crafted with any of these, I will be sure to link to it. But really the best way to know is to subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell. That way you'll actually get a little notification whenever I post new videos to my channel. Thanks again, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.